Yo, dude, I want to talk to you about some Linux-based Veeam components for a minute. Like, how many people do you think are out there that are actually using Linux in their Veeam infrastructure?
Not enough.
Why do you think that is?
Uh, we hear it a lot in our engagements. People think switching to Linux is this big, long, complicated transition where they have to learn and memorize all these different commands. And when we think of something as a hassle, we tend to come up with reasons not to do it and put it off, and we'll do it tomorrow, and then it just never happens.
Is it not a complicated transition? I mean, for me, like, I'm transitioning from, say, a point and click interface to having everything typed out in command line.
That's not entirely true. You can eventually do things easier. You just copy and paste, really. You can totally just, copy a string from Google into your terminal window and you're done, right? 90% of your learning journey on switching over to Linux is going to be copy paste.
Just copy and paste?
Just copy and paste.
It's really hard to believe it's that easy, Nate.
I guarantee you somebody's learned how to do Linux before and Googled these commands and then eventually wrote something on how to do it for the next guy. It's already out there. It should really be called GCP for Google copy paste.
I mean, that's a good point. I mean, somebody's already done that work, so we don't have to reinvent the wheel. Like, tell me, can you give some examples of what that command line looks like, or what some of those commands may be?
Yeah, like there's sudo apt does a lot of stuff, right? You have sudo apt update to pull down updates from, say, like Microsoft Windows, right? And then sudo apt upgrade will apply said updates. And then if you want to install an application, it's sudo apt install, and then whatever the program name is. And you can actually daisy chain multiple programs in one string. So that one command does a bunch of critical functions.
Okay. Well, I mean, that updates, it installs stuff, that makes sense. I mean, does it also like restart the services at the same time?
No, that's sudo system control, right? Makes sense. You want to control the system control, and you just say restart and whatever the service name it is.
You keep saying sudo. What is that?
Super user do. It's the same thing as run as administrator in Windows.
Oh, I mean, okay. So there are some similarities. Honestly, it's starting to make a little bit of sense. I mean, it sounds like there's just, I don't know, fear of the unknown. Like kind of like when I was learning how to drive a manual transmission. It was weird, but I felt comfort after a short period, and honestly had great control over it. So yeah, again, that's starting to make sense.
Yeah, exactly. You weren't an expert in Windows when the first time you logged in either. Command line based, you just copy paste it. Things happen quicker because you don't have to have all that UI hunt and peck thing. Give it a try, right? Throw it in a VM, install Windows subsystem for Linux, take it for a spin. I bet you like it better.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's also great information. This is something I want to use some for our other engagements. Now, dude, this chat has already been valuable. I appreciate the time around it. This is great.
All right, no problem, man. Let me know if you have any more questions.
Thanks, Nate. Enjoy your day.
Later.